All right, I think it's working now. Good evening. Happy Friday. Can everybody hear me? Testing, testing. Oh, darn. It was a commercial. Oops. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Traveling Ron Man is here. Walter Zollner is here. Cole Swanger is here. I'm up. You can hear me? All right. All right. Got 11 people in here. This is awesome. Try and catch up. 30 minutes working on a Friday night there, Walter Zollner. Oh, no. Cole and Willow are watching. Good to see you. All right, Heidi, how you doing? Good to see you. Again, saw you a couple weeks ago at the Meetup. All right. While people are joining, I'm going to mix up a drink. In a very short time, the Hiker Doodad family European vacation begins. So we're going to mix up a little Italian cocktail tonight. Didn't kill anybody with the Prosecco. That's good. I'll talk about the European vacation at length here coming up, but one of the stops is going to be in Venice, Italy. Venice, Italy is the home of the Bellini. It is a peach puree and Prosecco cocktail. I've already pureed my peach. Can't really show what I'm doing here, so I'll try and hold everything up, but you're going to take a nice little helping of the peach puree. Throw that into a champagne flute there without breaking the glass or dropping it on your computer keyboard. Top up with some Prosecco here, just a little bit. Try not to overflow it. Let's get a spoon here, try and gently mix up this puree. Gently top up, again, trying not to spill it on my computer. Let that calm down a little. Also, I have one live studio audience member. Mad Taco is here, just off screen, bellied up to the bar. She gets the peach puree and a little bit of Starry instead of Prosecco. You wouldn't like it anyway, trust me. Give that a good stir for her. Top her up.
Thank you.
Bubbly is quite bubbly tonight. ready to rock, ready to do a little live streaming tonight. Whose disembodied hand is in the mirror? Over on this side, probably. That is Mad Taco. She's going to disembodied cheers me. Back here a little, back here. There she is. Cheers to the Griswold European vacation. Oh, it's refreshing. Good summer drink. Feel very European right now. Feels like New Year's Eve because Prosecco is pretty much champagne. Walter, I've got my GoPro Hero 8 in a ring light. It is connected via USB to the computer. So I'm using the GoPro as the webcam, narrow mode to kind of zoom in on me. I got the live chat up. I didn't see Lewis pop in, but how you doing, Lewis? There he is. Cheers. Hey, you don't drink? You know what? A little peach puree, a little starry, virgin Bellini. So the Bellini, a couple ounces of peach puree, top that off with a little Prosecco or starry. The Bellini was invented sometime between 1934 and 1948 by Giuseppe Cipriani, founder of Harry's Bar in Venice, Italy. He named the drink the Bellini because its unique pink color reminded him of the toga in a painting by 15th century Venetian artist Giovanni Bellini. I have mapped out Harry's Bar. It is still in existence. When we stay in Venice, we'll be on a different island. It's all connected by canals, though. So hopefully we'll be able to go to Harry's Bar and get a real Bellini.
I can't.
You can't. You get the starry version. Do you want one too? B-Dog just joined the live studio audience. Make one up for him quick. And then we'll get talking about Hiker Doodad stuff.
It's pretty good, virgin.
You like it?
Yeah.
Probably a little even a little better with that lemon lime. Real, Jesus. Oh, well. Both the soda and the Prosecco, very, very foamy. It was not over the computer, thank goodness. Yeah, we'll try and get to Harry's. Have a real Bellini. There you go. Starry-eyed Bellini. Boom. Cheers, bud. All right. All right. Get everything away from me here so I don't spill anything with my big arm motions. Ron Man's here. Chris Pargola, how are you doing, buddy?
Okay.
He says, hi, Mad Taco. Hi, B-Dog.
Yo.
All right. Studio audience says hello. I have too many wires over here. Nobody's allowed behind the bar. 15 people in the stream right now. Variations besides the starry-eyed Bellini. Of the Bellini, you can make a Puccini. You can replace the peach puree with mandarin juice. You can make a Tintoretto, which is made with pomegranate juice, or a Rossini, which uses strawberry puree. That would have been awesome. Good to know 3 weeks ago when we had 8 quarts of fresh Lancaster-grown strawberries in the house. That would have been awesome. It would have been good with the starry too, right? All right. So cheers, the Bellini. Hopefully a couple more of these coming up on the vacation. All right. All right. Man, taco house tours already. Feel free to kill that. Not going to use the starry. So, all right. Well, you guys are free to hang out if you want, or you could head on out of here. Doesn't matter. Heading up, packing for vacation. Packing for vacation. All right. Check the chats here. Chris. Lewis says hi to the studio audience who are unfortunately leaving us. All right.
Hasta en España. See you in Spain.
Practicing her Spanish. Spoiler alert, going to Spain. All right. First off, little schedule of videos coming up for the rest of the month. Got some good stuff on deck, so I figured I'd put it out there, give you guys a preview, because you never know what's coming week to week. Sometimes in a video I'll say, hey, this is coming up, but you know, if it's filmed at the same time. But and forgive me, I have copious notes as I do. I'll talk about that later. But the schedule of videos coming up, these will be out on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. It's summer. They're, you know, a little less hiking with the heat that we had today. So, yeah, right. And so once a week, Tuesdays at 5 are going to be my go-to thing. But next experience is going to be this coming Tuesday, Walter Zolna's YouTube Meetup. This is a awesome annual event that I think Walter's now locked into setting up each year. But great turnout this year, a lot more people than last year. We were at Little Buffalo State Park, which was a not a new state park that I've been to, but I had never filmed there before. So this will kind of double as a meetup video and part of my state park series video. Yeah, this was held on, yeah, this was back in June. This will be, video will come out a month later here. So this will be July 9th, that'll come out. After that, I've got an awesome kayak video with Cole Swanger. We go down to Phoenixville, Montclair area and do a little bit of his river, the Schuylkill River. We hop in at Lock 60, paddle down the river, come up via the canal, and there is a ton of wildlife in that video. Turtles, we missed the water snake and missed the snapper turtle, but there's a lot of more peaceful turtles there hanging out for us. Picture quality is good. I am camped out in the basement right near the Wi-Fi point, so hope we're good here. Let's try and keep up with the chats too. After the Lock 60 video, July 23rd, first of 2 Maryland hikes. I got the itch to go near some water, so we went down to Susquehanna State Park in Maryland and did a loop down there, the Ridge Trail to the Mason-Dixon Trail. So peaceful along the river, along the water, a lot of little like beaches to go down to, and just a really awesome about a 4-mile hike there. And then I went down just south of Havre de Grace to a place called Swan Harbor Farm. It is a working farm. It is a wedding venue. I didn't know any of that stuff headed in. I just saw a trail on All Trails, so I check it out. It looked like a loop down by the Chesapeake Bay. So we'll head down there. And they had a really cool fishing pier there, so there's some underwater video and everything. I know people tend to like that. So that'll take us through the end of the month. And hopefully after that, we'll start doing some European vacation videos. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring my berets down. I got the entire family. Oh, no. National Lampoon's European Vacation style berets, black with our names in gold script across them. And well, as Clark's family was none too excited about having to wear them, I don't think my family is either. We will be in France, but we will not be near the Eiffel Tower for you. You cannot throw it off and have a dog jump off and chase it. So B-Dog is still here. Tell me, she went upstairs. Ketenga Boing Viaje. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but I took French in high school. It was an awful idea. It's like there's no reason you should take anything other than Spanish in high school, and I regret every second of it. I know uno cerveza por favor. I know that, and I know
Was that French?
me llamo Ryan. That was Spanish. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
but
she
I
just
do
said-
know a little bit of. Oh, is she reading it?
Yeah,
Did
she
she?
said, it says, have a good trip.
Have a good trip. Okay. Thank you, Lewis. It says have a good trip. She translated it. That's awesome. Yep. Mad Taco said gracias. Yeah. Yeah, we need a beret picture. I took a beret picture back at Christmas and I can't find it anywhere. So we need to take another one of these before we leave. But yep. So the summer's big vacation just around the corner, and it is a European vacation. It's going to be 17 days, 5 countries, almost 12,000 miles of travel involved. There's a cruise, a Mediterranean cruise right in the middle of it, but we will spend time in Brussels and Bruges, Belgium. We'll then go to Barcelona, Spain. We'll hop on the boat. The boat will go to Gibraltar, which is not technically a country, but a British territory, though they are self-governing, pretty much. But they are kind of a strategic port right there at the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. So if there's ever a war again, Britain will, I'm sure, move in and use it as a strategic point. Marseille, France is on the list, and then Genoa, Rome, and Venice, Italy. We will be at the Colosseum. I am planning on not being completely annoying to the family with making videos all the time about everything, unlike our national parks vacation. My studio audience member here is just, yup. I'm going to try and not be annoying all the time. There's going to be 4,000 people on this boat, and I don't like filming in front of people a lot. So I have 2 definite videos in mind, though. When we get to Gibraltar, we are going to get off that boat. We're going to hop a cable car to the top of the rock. If you don't know what the rock in Gibraltar is, you know it because it's the logo for Prudential Insurance. Get a piece of the rock. It is basically, it was thought to be one of the pillars of Hercules back in the day. And yeah, the rock on the northern side of the Strait of Gibraltar, and there's 2 possible mountains in Morocco that they think was the other pillar. But the rock is basically, Gibraltar is a 2.6 square mile country. It's tiny little tip of a Spanish peninsula, and right in the middle of it is the rock. So we'll catch a cable car up to the top, hike our way down. There are caves and tunnels all over the place. The British drilled and blasted tunnels through to fortify themselves during World War II. There are giant howitzers, 100-ton guns up on top to check out. Yep. There are Barbary apes on the rock, just running around, jumping up onto your shoulder. They're, big monkeys, furry, bare butts. They will try and get your food. We're not taking any food up onto the rock. So yeah, then we're going to hike our way back down to the boat, which should be no more than like 3 miles downhill. So that should be a video. And then once we get to Italy, we are taking a bus out to Mount Vesuvius. Technically still an active volcano, although it hasn't erupted in a long time. It is famous for destroying the cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum in 79 AD. So we are going to hike up a volcano because, why not?
We're going on the volcano.
We're hiking on a volcano, but after a couple bellinis. Let me check up on the chat again here. There we go. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Charlie. Oh, Charlie Garancher. How you doing? Happy Friday, Charlie. All right. If you guys have any questions, anything like that, drop them here. I do have a lot of viewer questions that I had asked for in a community post the other day, so we'll get to questions here in a bit. But man, we're almost a half hour in. Yeah, so meetups. Walter's on his meetups, man. Thank you so much, Bud, for having those things. It is so great. I have done so many collab videos with people now since the first meetup at Swatara State Park. And it was good to see a lot of those folks again. And I'm going to go to my notes here. It was good to see Walter, of course, Ryan and Rachel from Mountains into Memories. Cliff, the Wandering Woodsman, was there. Day Hike Dave, Craig Capel, Traveling Ron Man, Quiet John, out and about. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with you. I wish I had more time. There's about 35 people there. It was pretty nuts. It was really good again to see Bob Earhart. Very good to see him kicking cancer's ass like no one's business. He is doing great, and it was so great to see him. And it was so nice to meet a couple new people. Bill from Maxim Outdoors, been trying to get together with him for a long time. We definitely have to plan something now. And Darcy from Darcy's Hiking Diaries, it's great to meet you too. What's coming up besides going to Europe? Looking out to fall. As is becoming the norm here, Cole and I have a few good ideas in the tank. Two of them so good that I'm not actually going to say it right now, although one could be a nighttime spooky activity. So that might be a good fall activity leading into Halloween. And the other one is a good one. It's going to probably be a big collab with a bunch of us. Can't wait for that one too, but I want to give those places away right now. I'm going to be greedy. What I will share, though, at the turn of the century, I lived in Delaware for a few years, and Delaware was the first state, and it's also the second smallest. What's the smallest state?
New Jersey.
New Jersey? No, it is in the Northeast, though. Yeah.
Oh, it's what's its name? It's like the what's its name?
So I'm asking you, what's its name?
I forget the name.
Family Guy lives there. Rhode Island.
Yeah, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
I knew it was like an island.
So yeah, I don't have a lot of content from Delaware in spite of it being so close. So I started building an ultimate Delaware road trip I want to take. Be a trip here that involves camping, hiking, kayaking, a couple other adventurous activities. Hoping to do this maybe in September sometime. Maybe a 2-nighter. We used to go down to Delaware a lot after Labor Day, after everybody moves out and it's still hot and nice and everything like that. But then kids went and started school, and it kind of cuts into getting away during September. But yeah, so gonna try and do that. The last couple years, I've really wanted to do the Ricketts Glen ice hike. I know Walter has a good video on that, but I've been trying to get with that. Last year, I don't think there was ice really at all. I didn't hear anybody talking about that, but it's a guided hike. You need crampons and ropes and everything else. Charlie wants to know how the legs are healing after the bushwhacking on Mount Johnson Island, right? Mount Johnson Island. Who wore shorts? It was not me. I had shorts and long sleeves. I got shredded less than anyone. Cole's arms were pretty bad. Lewis wore the shorts. So he's on the chat tonight, so I think he survived. Random question, is the rhododendron bloom still going on? Yeah. Heading down to Susquehannock State Park would be a great place to check that out. I was gearing up for it, and I was thinking I would go and see that. And then the last couple, in advance of the vacation here, Dr. Mom's been working a lot, and I've been kids are out of school, so I've been basically an Uber driver for them most days, several times a day. So I haven't gotten out much, but it is late. Well, now it's early July, so I think late June is when the rhododendron's supposed to be really popping. It was just starting to the last couple hikes that I got out. Yeah, tail end there, says Cole. Yep. What else? Yeah, I'll try and do that ice hike. I'd also love to get back to Delaware Water Gap this fall before it starts getting cold. I went there and did a bunch of the waterfalls, but it was kind of before I was filming and everything like that. So I don't have that kind of content on the site or on the channel. But yeah, I would definitely love to get back there someday and film. I almost went there instead of Ithaca. It was a last minute decision. I had both trips planned as a last minute decision to shift to Ithaca earlier this year. And I'm glad I did, because there were a couple key places in Delaware Water Gap where the trails were closed. There was iced up and everything like that. So trekking PA and beyond, safe travel. Sounds like an amazing trip. I hope so. I'm very excited. Thank you. Kayaking in the Gap is a good time. Okay. Free shuttling? I'll have to look for that. Yeah. But I want to do, I'm thinking maybe in the fall, leaves coming down, stuff like that, but not icy yet. So I definitely want to get back there at some point. And all I've got left here, I've got the viewer questions. I think last time I kind of staggered them in between what I wanted to talk about, but I pretty much got viewer questions now. We've got 14 people in the chat, 10 thumbs up. Thank you very much. Walter Zolna, first with the questions. I love it. He's had a couple already tonight. And he gave me 4 questions in the chat. He said, pretend some are from other people, but they're from him. I love it. I love the enthusiasm. I love the interest. Thank you, bud. Have you seen or tried the new YouTube thumbnail thing? So as a creator, late last year, they announced that in 2024, they were going to have a feature where instead of uploading one thumbnail that that people see, it draws them in, they come to your video, should be something awesome with action or something to really draw people in. You can upload one, but they were going to add a feature where you can upload 3 and test out 3 different styles. They would randomly serve them equally to random viewers, coming in, and then based on click-through rate, they would see, you would, after 24 hours, get a readout on which thumbnail had the most reaction, the most clicks, the most views per viewer. And then you could choose to stick with that one. I love that idea, because there have been times, honestly, Walter, where if a video starts slow, that's one of the first things I change about it. I'll change the title. I'll also change the thumbnail if I'm really desperate. To try and get it jump started and to get people more interest, to get people to click. I have not seen it yet. We're halfway through 2024. I think it's rolled out to big creators and they're using it, but us people here in the 1,000, I think I'm up to 1,300 some subscribers, just not here for me yet. Do you have it? Walter also asked, do you have your eyes on any new pieces of gear, be that hiking gear or filming gear? I am always watching GoPro and Insta360 duke it out and try and one-up each other. That only benefits us. I'm super intrigued by the Insta360 Go 3S. I love that little detachable piece that is on a magnet that you can put the camera pretty much anywhere. And then the pod that it has, I love the idea of that flip up screen, the more battery life attached to the pod. So I've been looking at that a lot lately. And I have this side obsession with trying to find the right mounts for my cameras so that I can be hands-free, or, you know, longer selfie sticks, get yourself from a distance, that kind of thing. So I'm always looking for mounts like that. I've redone my front mount for my GoPro and my kayak, and I'm liking that a lot better. I got one of those like gooseneck kind of things, because all my footage was like tilted. It looked like, you know, I was a 60s Batman villain. Like I was always like tilted about 35 degrees because the bottom of my paper kayak is not exactly straight. So with this gooseneck now, I can pretty much figure out where I look straight. How is the Oreo kayak holding up? Now that I've had it for a while, it's amazing. I love it. I love throwing it in the trunk of my car. I love that it's 20 pounds. I love that I can take it anywhere, set it up in 5 minutes, and be on the water. I love that I don't have to lift a kayak up on top of my car. I got it in fall 2022, so I had a couple paddles in the fall, but this is my second like full summer with it, and it's holding up great. They say that the plasticky corrugated material that it's made from will hold up to being folded 20,000 times. I mean, it's awesome. It's durable. The only thing I keep trying to find ways to make the seat more comfortable. If anything, the seat's not as comfortable. I feel like I sit for a while, my butt falls asleep, and I want to get out. So just trying to have a gel pad on it. I'm just trying to find ways to get that more comfortable. And Walter wants to know if I'm interested in doing any backpacking in the fall. Always. Text me. Ready to go. Cole Swanger, what's on your 2024 bucket list for hiking, backpacking, and kayaking? 2024 is suddenly half over. Clock's ticking. As you well know, I am always open for ideas. And thank you. You have injected the channel with a lot of good ideas this year. I was running out. And thank you for just giving the channel a shot in the arm with ideas, with drone footage. It's been awesome. We have those two top secret projects there, and yeah, I don't want to spoil them. I think they're going to be like really good. I keep looking for infrared cameras. Cole also says, what's the next trail you're looking to conquer after finishing the Conestoga? Conestoga's coming along slowly, surely. And I don't know, Mason-Dixon Trail kind of seems like the logical next. We've spent a lot of time on it lately. It is either nice and flat and beautiful, or rocky and steep and a butt kicker. But any of these trails kind of take a long, like, really got to think about this, really got to plan it. Another piece of a trail I like to do, and I've wanted to do for the last 2 years, is to just knock out the Appalachian Trail in Maryland. It's a 40-mile section, probably 2 overnights. But to go from like Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, up to Penmar Park in Pennsylvania is about 44 miles, 3 states, and all of Maryland. So I've knocked out all of Pennsylvania. I can knock out all of Maryland in a long weekend. The favorite adventure of 2024 so far. I went back and looked at the videos that came out this year, and in chronological order, Hackleburny Mine was awesome, up above Jim Thorpe. Tucanac Falls in Ithaca, tallest falls in the eastern United States. I had it all to myself. It was awesome. The 50th birthday hike, when Cliff and Cole and Lewis came along with Dr. Mom, and we just got poured on at the Lebanon Reservoir. But that was just, thanks a lot for coming out, guys. That was really, awesome, really unique, very well planned. Thank you. Cuffs Run, the 2 times that I've gone into Cuffs Run. Can't say enough about Cuffs Run and trying to stop this project to make a pump storage facility there. It is an absolutely beautiful place. In my time hop the other day, a picture came up of my feet hanging off the Star Rock Overlook, which is straight across the river from Cuffs. You can see the gorge. At the time that I took that picture, I had no idea what was in there and how beautiful it was, but it is amazing. Losing my place here. Cuffs Run. The last time I went to Tobe Run with Brett, Topo Ranger, crazy dude. He was crawling under the waterfalls and in there, and I was in the waders, and that was just it was a really deep raging time to be in Tobe Run. That was awesome. And Mount Johnson Island. I mean, that was just oddly not a crazy amount of views on that video. It is like the best of kayaking and hiking and bushwhacking, and we found cactus in Pennsylvania. Like, who knew that was coming? I want to get down to some of these questions coming in on the chat, though. August, safe travels. All right, so West Wherever channel, I've not seen him yet. Trying to read these without my glasses too. All right, so this is Charlie and Carol. Enjoyed the meetup. Oh, Carol, I know Carol. She's at the meetup, lived near Prince Gallitzin State Park. Still on my list. Still on my list of state parks to get to. Okay, cool. No more questions here so far in the chat. Walter Zolna, have a good night at work. All right. So, Cole. Okay. Stelina 1. What part of the AT and PA is the most scenic? And is it something we can do in a weekend? I went through my list of the AT hikes that I did in Pennsylvania, and it was what I suspected. I mean, hands down, the hike from Windsor Furnace up past the Pulpit Rock, past the Pinnacle, and out to like Hawk Mountain Road, or is and you can even loop that back to the Hamburg Reservoir. That's the most scenic for me. The Pulpit and the Pinnacle, the views up there are extraordinary. Either way you do that one, it's about 8 miles. It's a 8-mile round trip with the climb at the beginning. In the first 2.2 miles or so is all the climb, like kind of up to the Pulpit Rock. And then when you continue to the Pinnacle, you're kind of on the ridge and then coming back down. So it's tough. It's a day hike, but it is definitely worth the views. Close second, Bake Oven Knob, I really liked. That is a mile in and a mile back out to the parking lot. So fairly easy. A little bit of a climb. My only knock on both of those hikes is the graffiti, but and especially Bake Oven Knob is so easy to get to that it's graffitied. But if you can kind of tune that out and just look out to the view, it's pretty awesome. All right. I'm going to pair 2 of these up here. Sarah from Hiking Outdoor Family. It was great to meet you at the meetup. She says, which state park do you plan to visit next? And then Tim Wolf says, when are you going to get back to hiking in the state parks? he's starting to catch up to me. He's at number 50 out of 124. I'm sitting on 73 still out of 124 state parks. Sarah, nothing immediate planned right now, but I have prepped research, kind of research bundles at a time so I can go to, 3, 4 in one trip and make those videos. So the ones that I have prepped that I could probably do at the drop of a hat, I've paired up Bald Eagle State Park and Black Moshannon State Park. And then I've got a bundle of Reed's Gap, Poe Patty, Poe Valley, Whipple Dam, Green Furnace, and Penn Roosevelt State Parks. They're all very close and would be one trip. Another bundle is Kinzua Bridge, Elk, Bendigo, Parker Dam, and SB Elliott State Parks. So I have those bundled together as well. I kind of have this Google map made up where I've bundled them, color-coded them like by regions, and then I check them off. I turn the pins black when I'm done. Over on the wall over here, I actually have a little state park map with the pins, put a pin in when I'm done. And eastern Pennsylvania, like completely blacked out, starting to get west. And only like 2 or 3 parks out here in the west that I've done. So basically it's all west, but now it's a matter of it being a lot of travel. Like we're talking starting to be 2 to 3 hour drives now instead of, an hour and a half to get to some of these parks that are closer to me in the east. So that's going to slow me down. But we'll get there. Yeah. And yeah, when am I going to get back, Tim? As soon as I can. Can't let you catch me. Darcy from Darcy Hiking Diaries. Where can I find prickly pear in Pennsylvania? Mount Johnson Island. People, watch that video. It is an extraordinary video. But I don't recommend climbing Mount Johnson Island. We got cut up. We got shredded. There are thorns all over the place. There are places that you could step and fall off a cliff. It was it's not a inhabited, taken care of island. And you have to paddle at least a mile to get there and back. So I don't recommend that. What I do recommend if you want eastern prickly pear in Pennsylvania is that you can find it on Amazon. These are my seeds. We're going to plant it next to Dr. Mom's Christmas cactus, which was blooming about a month ago. And we'll grow prickly pear. I love prickly pear fruit. When I was a beer brewer, I made a beer with it. Took that beer to the bottom of the Grand Canyon with us. It rode down on a donkey while we hiked down. And when we got to the bottom, the crowler, the 32-ounce can, I chilled in Bright Angel Creek and split it up amongst our hiking team there. And it was fantastic. Took pictures of it with blooming prickly pear. Flavor somewhere between like a kiwi, watermelon, strawberry flavor, and it is absolutely fantastic. Sunrise at Bake Oven Knob. Okay, so Stelina 1, Sunrise at Bake Oven Knob. Let's see, Kinsua Dam for Kinsua Bridge. Okay. All right. Go back to the questions here. Only one more question, actually. So if you have any more, throw them in here, or else we'll be about done. Darcy also wants to know, do you always research the place that you are going to? I try, time permitting, I do. 2 years or so ago, I realized that a lot of my videos actually had me asking more questions in the videos than like answering them. And if I'm going to be the guy there, I probably should be answering them. So I definitely do try and do some research. I usually have a printout folded in quarters in my pocket. You know, if I'm holding the selfie stick out here, you know, I'll have the notes right under the camera there and pretty much reading off of it as I go. So I try. It should be informative. It should be. I started doing this so I could make hiking guide videos. So they should be educational. They should give you an idea what you're in store for. Oh, nope, that was part of those notes. Take so many notes, they're confusing me. All right. Touch this guy up a little bit here. It's the foams. Pawpaw fruits. When are you going this year? I have already started looking for recipes. I think Lewis and I found those pawpaws. It's very late September or early October. From what I've read, we found them a lot later than I would have expected to find them. So absolutely late fall. You'll be looking for it. I made a cream pie last year. That was probably my least favorite thing that I made. And I did ice cream, which was very good. But the cocktail I made, the martini style thing, I guess, with pawpaw puree and some Saint Germain, some elderberry liqueur was in that. That was, I used my last 2 ounces of the pawpaw puree for that. I'm going to put a little more aside this year. That was very, very good. And I still have the elderberry stuff here. So I know I'll be doing that again, but I will definitely be looking late September. I'll start looking for pawpaws. Lewis says, Darcy, he does his homework for sure. He's seen my notes. He knows. He knows. I think did you borrow my notes on Mount Johnson Island, I think? Yeah. Have I ever thought of doing a video for aspiring outdoor YouTubers on the do's and don'ts of starting and doing an outdoor YouTube channel? All right. Well, it's been 4 years of doing this, so I've had to figure a lot of stuff out. I have thought about doing like one of these big like European vacations or the national park trips. I have thought about, and this would take me a year to accumulate all the video, all the scenes, but I have thought about doing how to plan those trips, especially the national park stuff with a lot of their permits and everything that they need now and reservations. And you really need to book accommodations for national parks about 13 months in advance. It's crazy. So I have thought about, okay, next time I start one of these things, to get scenes and hold that till the end, and then like here's how I plan a trip. I could do the same thing with a hike, just a normal ordinary hike. I could definitely do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Cole Swanger again with the good ideas on this channel. Keep them coming, bud. Keep them coming. Last September, Lewis. Okay. Fruit. Never knew. Never had pawpaws traveling, Ron, man. Oh, man. I even surprised Brett and Lewis when we went to Wind Cave and we came out of Wind Cave. I had the remnants of our ice cream, the pawpaw ice cream left over. So Lewis got to try the ice cream that he was there when we were picking the pawpaws, which was good. All right. I think that's about it. So hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Hope you have all your fingers. Yeah, we're just, it's Friday night. Top this guy up. Give you guys one last cheers. I'm awful at pouring Prosecco. Hey, cheers. Thank you everybody for watching this live event. I'd like to do these more. I just wish I had more to talk about. But thanks for watching these. Thanks for watching the other videos too. They are, the last video, the whaleback video, is really editing wise and putting the story together. I'm very proud of it. I think that's one of my favorites, and just the crazy geology of what we found at the whaleback is remarkable, and that video is just crazy. It's doing so well right now. So thanks for watching the channel. Thank you so much. I love doing this, and thanks for coming out, everybody. Take care. Oh, one more question from Lewis. Do you know any other place where the pawpaw grow? Oh, there's a couple places along the Susquehanna, both shores too. So we'll find some, don't worry. All right. I think that's it. Have a good weekend, Ron, man. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks a lot.